Hello, hello, hello. Am I live? Can you hear me? If you can, give me a thumbs up. Whoo, buddy, what a day it has been. Can you see that I am sweating? I am in the temperatures of, I don't know how hot it is here. What, 90 or oh, there's a little breeze. Oh my goodness. But if you can, say hello and give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me. Whew. Well, I am at a tough shed. Let me see what city I am in. I think I am in, I'm not sure what city I'm in. I was up the road traveling and coming back, and I am trying to hold on just a second and I'll tell you where this tough shed is located. It is located in Murrieta on Elm Street. And they have some beautiful sheds in here. I'm in a shed right now that I'm not sure. I think it's maybe about a 10 by 10. I'm a 10 by 12. It's a 10 by 12. And I'll show, if you want to see, if you want me to show you around, give me another thumbs up or say show me, and I'll show you this shed. But I think I'm going to see if I can't convince the gentleman at the front desk to let me interview him and have him tell us about these sheds. But one thing he did say, I spoke with him briefly. He said that after COVID, most of the people who are buying these sheds are buying them for conversion, say for to live in or for an office or for a guest bedroom or something for guests. So these are just it's beautiful. It has a double glass door, but if you want to see it again, show us. Okay, M says show you. Okay, let me go up here and say hello to people, and I will go around and I will show you. You will get the first peek sometime next. I'm sorry if I keep. Oh my goodness, I am sweating like a stuffed pig up in here. It is hot. Holy moly! But you will get the first. My Globies will be the first glance at this tour that I'm going to do around these grounds today. Thank you, Nora. I know 69,000 subscribers. I'm almost at 70,000. Who would have thought? That is a momentous day because when I hit 70,000, I will be 70 when I hit 70,000. So I'm going to have a big celebration and giveaway on 70,000 because it coinciding with my age. What's the likelihood of that happening, huh? Here's one of my free drinks from Panera. I'm telling you, this is the best thing going. I think it's $11 a month. You get unlimited drinks. You can go in there, get drinks, get ice, you have all these beverages, cold beverages, plus iced tea, plus iced coffee, hot tea. It is they're losing money on me, but thank goodness I'm one in a million, so probably they're making money off everyone else. But hey, three generations, hello. Tia Little, hello. Oh my goodness. Donna Flynn says she hopes everyone is staying cool. I am not. I have to say, I am not. Nora just delivered 2 commissioned paintings. Yay! Congratulations, Nora. Oh my goodness. Go over and check out Nora's Etsy store. It is really, she's just a talented artist and beautiful work. Thank you, Jessica. You locked the door?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I have to. Oh, sorry, folks, but I have to. I should have got a wet washcloth or something to to wipe myself down. Holy moly! Everyone is saying hello, Cassie. Hello, or is it Casey? Or Cassie? Tia Little. Oh my goodness. Debbie Johnson. Julianne G says thank you. God bless. Oh my goodness. So I am going to show you guys all. I'm so excited to do this tour and to do this interview. Hey, Barry Dickman says hello from Florida. Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen the tour of Barry's van build that he did himself. The inside looks like it was finely crafted furniture. He has glass, I'm not kidding you, glass shower doors. And he did something I've never seen in another shower. He has two drains, one at one end of the shower and one at the other. So if he's at a little bit of a slant, the water will go out when he takes a shower. How smart is that? Oh, and there's so many. Oh, I'm not going to tell you everything, but he has tilting solar panels that electronically or electrically come out. You just got to go back and see it. I should, if I knew how to drop a link, I would. But if anyone knows a link to Barry's YouTube video, one of my moderators, drop it for me if you will. JJ White says, okay, you can hear me. Great, great, great. Hey, Mama DW 2010, hello, hello. If I'm missing anyone, put it up to me being so hot I can't think straight. Gale Resources, Tough Shed, are you cool enough? No, I am not. But this doesn't have air conditioning, although the windows are open and there's a little breeze, but not much of it. I'm going to show you around this shed before the end of this video and let you see. I love this shed. I'm thinking that this would make a perfect little tiny house for my Glow Haven. And, put a little kitchen over here, a fold down bed over here, a little bathroom with a shower over on this side, a fold down bed that goes into a sofa. I have all kinds of ideas. And of course, I'll hit up Pascal and he'll give me more ideas. I'm telling you. Oh, let's see who else is in here. Hey, Thomas Dildine is here from northern New York State. Oh my goodness. I bet it's not as hot there as it is here, or is it? Let me know. Hey, Lori, how are you doing with Keeping Up with Colorado? I went over and subscribed to your channel. I had already done it, but I don't know how it. Have any of you ever subscribed to a channel and then you check it out because you're wondering why am I not getting any notifications, only to discover that you've been unsubscribed? So I don't know what's happening. Hey, Kavita Diva, hello. How are you? Oh, I tell you. Show me. Okay, guys, I will show you. Gale Resources is saying show me. So is Debbie. M&M. Okay, I will show you. Hey, Pam from Adventurous Spirit 66, one of my members. Oh my goodness. I tell you, I'm so excited to start getting memberships going. And Pam, I will figure out how I'm supposed to be doing these extra perks. I'm getting the hang of it. But anything I missed the first month or so, I will double it within the next couple of months. Hey, Sylvie, hello, and Carolyn Rains from Alabama. Is that Alabama or Alaska? I think it's Alabama. Let me know, Carolyn. My me knowing what the abbreviations for states are. I'm not very good at that. Hey, Thomas Dildin says, just 30 minutes from Canadian border. Oh, so is it pretty cool there? I would imagine, Thomas. Oh, it sounds like it would be beautiful, though. Sounds like it would just be stunning. Hey, JJ White, show us. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you all. Diana Love, Georgia. Oh, my goodness. Pamela Smith says it's pretty sad the day Americans have to resort to living in a shed. Well, you know what? Oh, Pamela, you think that's bad? Come on now. Let me tell you something. I just was told by someone, because I hadn't been watching the news, I've been too busy, that San Diego just approved a tent city. So you think it's bad to live in a shed. They're doing a tent city that's going to have, I think it's up to, they said 400 tents or something. I'm going to have to get into it and find out. But yeah, a tent city that's going to be sponsored by the city. Although that's better than sleeping on the streets. I will acknowledge that. But listen, living in a shed, we're way past that, Pamela, way past that, unfortunately. Thank you, Debbie. Yes, 69,000. 100K, here we come. Ooh. That's an old lady version of I don't know what. Ooh. Gail says up here in Sacramento, the county is approving backyard dwellings. I've been very surprised. Oh yeah, they've already approved that in San Diego County. So in fact, Well, they've approved them because the state came out with a mandate that prohibits, I think, municipalities from refusing to allow ADUs. Also, I was talking to someone who I was trying to convince. He had built this beautiful tiny house, and I was trying to convince him to build one for me. But he's down in South Bay, and he's not going to travel the 40 miles. He said it's just not worth his time. That shows you, he doesn't need the work because he's so good. But he was saying that they're coming out with new rules all the time. And right now, one of the guidelines is that it's, I don't know, it's thousands of dollars. Let's say you have a 10-acre parcel and you want to split it into 5 acres or 5 2-acre parcels. You have to pay a fortune in order to do that. He said he has heard through the grapevine that they're going to be doing away with some of those fees in order to allow for more density and to allow people to subdivide their properties so that they can put smaller dwellings on them. Also, he has a friend who's building 110 square foot units in downtown or in somewhere in the San Diego area, 110 square foot units. And I think he said he was building 40 of them, and they're going to be rented out probably Section 8. So, yeah. So, yeah, a tent. I mean, a shed is a luxurious dwelling now in California. I'm telling you, Pam. Oh, so you're an hour north of Watertown. Okay, I've never been up there. I'd love to go up there though sometime. Also, this person was telling me that there are requirements for offsets for if you're going to build an ADU or put up even a shed that's going to be permitted or something. You have to be so many feet away from the property line and any fences, so many feet away from the back of the residence, and you have to be so many feet in from the original property line at the front of the property or the front of the house. He said a lot of those rules, many cities have done away with them. One city, he was telling me, has no offsets. So you could have the house right like 5 inches from the fence. And he said that he has heard, again, that the state is going to be changing a lot of those offsets so that it'll make it easier for people who have even smaller lots to put an ADU on them. So yeah, things are changing here. They're definitely changing fast. Keeping up with Colorado says, right on, Carol, 69 and on your way to 100. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, Lori. Yay. Kavita says, yay to this channel. Thank you, Kavita. Oh my goodness. Oh, Stacy's in the house. Hello, hello. Oh, I already said, I just didn't say your name. Hello, hello, Stacy. Hey, Ganecki says, great deal for drinks. Hi there. I know. Oh, isn't that? Oh my goodness. Everyone at all the Paneras, there's like 5 Paneras within, driving distance from my house. So everyone at all the Paneras knows me. So sometimes when I go in, they just get a cup out and hand it to me, if they're busy, and then I'll come back and give them my number later. So yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, Vaughn's on a roll. Hello, hello. How's it going there? Graham Whitaker says, good morning to all fellow Globies from, now where is this? Eumundi, Queensland. All is good this side of the ditch. Well, that is good. Debbie says, Nora certainly does have beautiful artwork. Yes, she does. Yes, she absolutely does. Abba's servant from Texas. Whoo, I heard that you guys had some crazy hot weather up in Texas. I would be melting there. I'm only sweating here, but I would be melting if I was in Texas right now, I think. I had considered looking at property in Texas, but that heat, I just can't take it. I cannot take it. Who else is in the house? Can the shed be made into a tiny home? Yes, it can, Thomas. And I'm going to show you, and we're going to be talking to the sales representative a little later, but not on this live, but in a video that I'm going to do. He's agreed to let me interview him. I hope he still goes through with that. But as you can see here, I'll show you, there's some windows here. And that already comes in. There's a window on the side over there. So I thought that on one side a window would be good for a bathroom, on the other side a kitchen. And over here, look at the front door. It has a residential front door. Is that cool? It's a double glass, two-door glass front door. So this one clearly is not going to be just a shed. It's going to be either an office or someone, or a extra bedroom for guests or something. But I think this 10 by 12, he says there's also 10 by 15. I think a 10 by 15 would be, they're already built, already constructed. And he says they're constructed to residential standards. In other words, I don't know what those are called, but the beams or the post or the truss, whatever you call it, they have the distance between them that is to residential codes. So they don't do any of the electrical, they don't do the plumbing or anything. So you'd have to put in your own insulation. And I think since foam is very expensive, but I think since it's so small, I would have this foamed. I would have it foamed, put in drywall, and then either drywall or maybe even wood planks. I don't know. Maybe I would do different ones. I would have different themes on the different ones, and based on what the theme is, that's how I would have it set up. But I'm telling you, this is the way to go. I'm wondering, anyone out there have any idea? I'm wondering how much it would cost to wire this, and I'm wondering if I could fit two of these in my backyard. I'm looking at one, but I've had, if I could fit one on either side. Believe it or not, I just did that video. If you haven't seen that video this morning, go check it out on the cost of living here. And I have that house that's 800 square feet, or it's actually 810 square feet to be exact. $669,000. That's right, $669,000 for an 800 square foot house, and it's not in a great neighborhood. When I say great neighborhood, I mean it's not an upscale neighborhood. It's a neighborhood that has a certain amount of crime in it, even maybe some other things going on in that neighborhood. I'm not going to name them, but that's the price. And it's like right about a few doors down from busy commercial area, busy street. It's just crazy. So I know someone who is renting a casita that's just a tiny little bit bigger than this, and she's paying $1,500 a month for it. So it's crazy. To rent out a room in someone's home is about $1,200 a month. And sometimes that doesn't include utilities. You have to pay, if there are 3 people living there, you have to pay a third of the utilities, which would be the cable, gas and electric, water, garbage. You're paying a third of that. So $1,200 isn't even and that's usually not your own private bathroom. You share the kitchen. I mean, it's just crazy. So when you look at that, if you paid $1,200 a month, you could buy one of these for less than that in a year, because that would be what, 14,004 or something. You could buy one of these and you could insulate it, probably get the kitchen and stuff in, and then you could just do a little bit every month, spend $1,200 a month for the next 6 months, and you could have a house. I would do that before I pay $1,200 a month on rent. What do you guys think? But Nora says, I remember Barry. I know. Isn't he cool? Let's see. Hey, Chef Santa. I have been praying for you every day, Chef Santa. You and Lori from Keeping Up with Colorado. How are you doing? Let us know how you're doing, and just how are you taking treatments and what is happening with you. We want to know. We want to be praying for you. Chef Santa says, hello, folks. So sweet lady. What are you doing? I want to thank everyone for their prayers. The doctors think the cancer is only in the underarm lump. The complete body scan came back negative. Praise the Lord. That's what I call a praise testimony. Thank you for sharing that with us, Chef Santa. We're gonna keep on keeping those prayers coming for you. And I just believe you're going to be able. The Chef Santa wants to get out on the road and be traveling. So we're just going to be holding you up in prayer that you're able to do that and do that sooner rather than later. Keep us posted, please do. Um, Cassie S says, is it legal to fix a shed to live in? Yes, it is, but you do need to check with the municipality that you're in as to what the guidelines are. There are people doing it all over. Now, some are doing it kind of, without the proper things or proper permits or whatever. Now, when I talked to my municipality, the planning department, they gave, I can't remember everything they said, but they were saying under a certain size, you don't need permits. Beyond that size, you do. It's a different permit if you have a bathroom versus if you don't have a bathroom. So there's all these different things. And what they recommended to me was getting a person who's going to be doing the work or doing the plan, because you have to submit a plan to the city to get approved. And he said he suggests getting someone who does it on a regular basis, so knows what the requirements are, so you don't have to keep resubmitting the plans over and over and over. So what someone else, the person that I was talking to, that I told you I wanted to build me a tiny house, he suggested that I go down to the planning department. I thought this was a great idea. I was already thinking along these lines, but he just confirmed it for me. He said, go down to the planning department and talk to someone in that department and ask them what person is constantly or consistently bringing in plans, or what company's plans are being brought in, and what company's plans are typically approved the first time around. So that's what I'm going to do to try and get, a jump and get a little bit of information on that. Hey, Van City Adventure. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Oh my gosh. Thomas says 78 degrees, but heavy thunder showers. That's okay. I'll take the thunder showers, Thomas, rather than this heat. Oh my goodness. But I'm not in San Diego County right now, so it is hotter up here where I am. Hey, Patty from Corona. You're right down the street from where I am right now. I'm in Murrieta. Hey, Kathleen Henderson says, get a spray bottle to keep cool. That's what I just suggested to Lindy yesterday, and here I'm caught without one. But you're right. Get a spray bottle with ice in it, and that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for reminding me, Kathleen. Hey, Leslie Jackson from Texas. Oh, another one in that hot, hot weather. Hello, Alice Clausen, a member. Woohoo! Thank you, Alice. Hello, hello. We got some members in the house today. Oh my goodness. I'm just planning something, but it's probably not going to be. I was going to do something. I was going to do a meetup this summer, but I just got too much going on. So I am going to do something later in the year, or in January, of course. And I'm trying to decide where to do it, and doing a second thing, but I don't know. I'm not going to, let me just be quiet because I don't have the details worked out yet. But who else is here? Cassie S says, what's up, Van City Adventure? Yes, yes, yes. Who else is in the house? Anyone I haven't said? Keeping Up with Colorado says, old ladies rock. That's right. That's right. Old ladies do rock. You're absolutely right, Lori. We rock. And I saw your video the other day with your grands. They were so, so cute. Oh my goodness. Just so adorable. Go over and check Keeping Up with Colorado. She was having fun with her grands the other day. Pamela Smith says, and then watch them tax us out of our tents. Well, they may not do that if the city owns the tents, but I don't know, Pam. They're taxing everything, everything. That is so, so true. Hey, Irma Velasquez, hello, hello, and welcome in. Hey, Sylvie, hello, Sylvie. Oh my goodness. Go Researcher says, what good? The state did something that makes sense. Well, good. Well, good. Yeah, they did. They did. They're trying to address this housing problem, but I said, one of the things that I said in the video that I put up today, go over and check it out and let me know what you think. I said that if we're not careful, and if we don't really, we're at a juncture here, I think, in California. If we do not pull back the brakes, reassess, and do some things differently, we're going to end up being a state that has two classes of people. We're going to have the very wealthy, and we're going to have the people who serve them, whether it's as civil servants, police officers, teachers, nannies, gardeners, people who work in as baristas in coffee shops. But you're going to have two classes of people. There's not going to be any middle, because the middle is just being squeezed out. And I was listening to a report the other day. I listen to a lot of reports and give ideas for my videos. And one of the things they were saying is that most of the people, or many of the people that are moving out of California, are in the 100 to 200,000 household income range, which is here is considered middle income. So basically, you have the middle income is leaving, well, because they're the only ones that can afford to. If you're at poverty level, you don't have the resources to rent a U-Haul and go look for a place somewhere else in another state and do all that. You're kind of stuck. So that's what I think is, we're headed in that direction. And I do not want that to be the legacy of California, that the haves and the have-nots, and that's all there is here. But I fear that unless something changes, that's where we're headed. Hey, Edward Williams, hello, welcome. Graham Whitaker says, how are you getting on with the paddleboard? Funny you should say that, Graham. I am thinking of going down tomorrow. I was going to go down last week, but I didn't. Going down tomorrow, me and Jessica. Are you going to get on the paddleboard, Jessica?
No.
What? She's going to leave her 70-year-old mom to get on the paddleboard, and she's not going to get on? Oh, my goodness. I tell you, us oldens, us youngins, oldens, I don't know, older timer, whatever, we're getting to be more adventurous than these youngins, aren't we? Anyhow, Kavita Diva says, yes, San Diego, let's stop shaming poverty, homelessness, and any person who is experiencing nowhere to go. Yeah, what can I say? This is a fight that really, it can't be just a few people, though. People really have to band together and say enough, and really say, we're not going to have people treated like this, and we're going to provide decent housing, affordable housing, and we're going to make it available to everyone who's here. Let's see who else. Gale Resources said, with the cost of assisted living, this will help families. Yes, because assisted living, only the very wealthy, or people who, this is what I did, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford to pay $5,000 a month for assisted living. And it might, even by the time I need it, which hopefully won't be for many years, it could be $8,000 or $9,000 a month. So I bought a insurance policy, a long-term care policy. I bought it a long time ago, before I actually needed it. My insurance agent had said, maybe you should wait and not get it at this young age. But I had a feeling, I thought, as many baby boomers as there are, by the time I wait till maybe I'm 60 or so to try and get it, it will be unaffordable. And that's exactly what happened. Because to try and buy the policy that I have now, first of all, I don't know if they're even writing that policy anymore. And secondly, it would probably cost $1,000 or more a month. And I can't afford that. Although they did just put a big jump on the cost of my policy going starting next month. But again, it's cheaper than trying to pay for that. And it has an inflation clause in it. So it will, the value of the policy increases with with inflation. So yeah, I strongly suggest that if you can, at a younger age, when it's affordable, if it's still and I think states are starting to issue those policies too, kind of like earthquake policies. So check it out and see. Hey, Lucretia, Life of Lucretia's in the house, a new member. Hello. You know what, Life of Lucretia? I have not forgotten. I owe you a packet of seasonings from eons and eons ago, and I haven't forgotten, although it's maybe better that I'm going to be doing it hopefully in the future, because I've found some new seasonings that I like now, so it'll be a bigger package. I haven't forgotten. I just haven't gotten around to it. But say hello to Lucretia from Life of Lucretia, new member in the house. Um, who else? Hey, Mo Bang for your bucks. So, how are you liking Illinois, Tim? Are you liking that better than California, as well as California? Are you finding the people a lot different from California? What's your assessment of Illinois? And if you had it to do all over again, would you move there? I'm wondering, do you think your son will end up staying there since he's got his job there now? You know what happens when people move their first job? They meet someone, get married, and they stay there instead of coming back home. Let's see who else is anyone else new in the house. Bonds in a Row says some of us Southern California peeps heard that there was a house built on a bridge near Pasadena, California. I heard it sold for 180 over asking price. No driveway, nowhere to park either. Oh, let me tell you something. I think I shared this on another live. One of Jessica's little friends, the friend's dad got a job offer on the East Coast. So they put their house here up for sale. They put it up for sale Monday. It was sold on Wednesday. The offer they accepted was 500. Let me say it again. 500,000 over their asking price. She said all the offers came in over the asking price, but this one was $500,000, but it had a stipulation that they'd be out in 30 days. So I could probably move in 30 minutes if you were going to give me $500,000 extra. But yeah, so yeah, oh yeah, if you want certain properties in certain areas, you don't even start at the asking price because they don't even look at those. It's called addition dwelling units. Yeah, it's called addition ADU accessory. It's called accessory dwelling units. Is what it's called. Hey, CW Style 3, how am I today? Well, I am doing great today, except for I am hot. Who is it told me I needed to get a spray bottle, and I do need that. If I do another one of these outside of an air conditioned place, I am going to get a spray bottle. Donna says, hi, Tim, nice Chicago tour video you posted this week. I haven't seen that. I got to go back and look at that. Thanks for mentioning that, Donna. Everyone go over and check out Tim's Chicago tour video. Oh, that sounds like it would be interesting. I've been to Chicago because I have a friend, one of my best friends lives, dear friend, lives near there. So I will go check that video out, Tim. Thanks for sharing that. Keeping Up with Colorado says it's beautiful in Pasadena, California. Pasadena, California is a beautiful place. And I think, isn't that where the Huntington Library is? And that's amazing, an amazing location. Just the gardens there alone. So yeah, Pasadena, very, very, very high end. So I'm not surprised that something in Pasadena went way over the asking price. Patty Irwin says they really need to relax costs and regulations for ADUs to allow people to take care of their elderly parents. And they are, Patty, they are. It's just taking them longer than it should, but they are relaxing the requirements and the regulations for ADUs. I don't know how long it's going to be like that. So I'm trying to get mine approved before things change. My plan is, God willing, when you make plans, God laughs. But my plan is to move into the ADU and have that my part-time residence, since I will be, hopefully on the road one of these days full-time. So to have that my part-time residence and rent out my house. So that's the goal here. Graham says we had 65 acres. Oh my words. At Georgery, it was going to cost $20,000 plus just for the surveys to put a proposal together to submit to the local council, which they could have said no to. Yeah. Now there was a place up outside of Sacramento or somewhere up in the northern California area that the city waived the fees and waived all the fees for building an accessory dwelling unit. And I'm hoping something like that will happen down here. So I'm kind of waiting to see, but I don't want to wait too long and have the pendulum swing to the other end of the spectrum. But Yeah, Mobang, 16 inches between the studs. Yep, that's what it is. 16 inches between the studs. You hit it right on the nose, Tim. Um, Kavita Diva says, keeping up with Colorado. Are you in Pasadena? I'm in Redondo Beach. Oh, that's a very nice area, Redondo Beach. You know what? Maybe I will have a Southern California meetup. I'm hearing all these people from Corona to Redondo Beach to Pasadena. I know there's other people in Southern California. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just have a meetup, a luncheon or something. I won't do a camping thing because I just don't have the time to put that together. And believe it or not, putting those together is a lot, takes a lot of time. But maybe I will just do a meetup. Maybe a meetup. I don't know. I'll see. There's a place I really, really like. It's called Elim, Elim, Korean Hot Springs. And it's in Aguanga, which is just above Temecula. And it's just beautiful there. And it's like $35 if you want to come for the day. You can spend the entire day there. Have lunch. You know, you have to have the lunch. They have a kitchen area. We're gonna. But anyhow, maybe that's what I might do. It would be, I wouldn't charge anything, but it would be $35 to go into the hot springs, and that's where we would all kind of maybe gather is at the hot springs. But they are chlorinated. I know some people don't like chlorinated, but you can just still gather and say hello to everyone. So, Marta one, thank you so much for the gift that you sent to AJ. I did pick it up from my post office box and I gave it to him, and he's going to be sending you a thank you card. But thank you, Martin one. AJ was delighted and he was so grateful. So I'm thanking you for him, but he's going to thank you himself pretty soon. But you know, he's 18, so it may take a little while, you know, but he will. Mo Bang says you better check the city code, Carol. Oh yeah, I'm going down to. I'm gonna be like this with the city planners, okay? Because they're gonna know me. I'm gonna be down there all the time, and I'm gonna know everything that you need to know about putting an ADU up. Keeping up with Colorado says that stinks about your 65 acres, Graham. Isn't that crazy? How it's just a money grab. It's like these cities are, I don't know. I don't know. Kenneth says, my favorite lady always looking out for others and warming hearts. Ah, thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Kenneth. Favorite guy there. Pam says, I want to know how much your property taxes are going to go up with 2 sheds in your backyard because ours is very expensive and we have our son's house here. I don't know. I'm going to be checking with that's something else I'm going to check with, but I'm under Prop 13. So I do get a somewhat of a break. I know one of my neighbors bought their house way after I bought my house, and their house is the same size as mine, although it's probably in better shape. Well, it is in better shape. Plus, they have a pool, but their house taxes I know are at least double or triple mine because I'm under Prop 13. So I don't know what I was thinking of doing an addition instead and adding on and closing it off. But an addition I know would change it. So I'm thinking accessory dwelling unit might not have the same impact, especially if it's very small square footage. I don't know, but that's a good question, Pamela. And I'm going to have to check with the assessor's office. And there's a lot to do. There's a lot of homework you need to do before jumping off into this kind of thing. But I did, oh my goodness, one of my viewers, the one who, Kim, the one who shared the information about Teresa, or the person who took the goat, took Elmer. Speaking of Elmer, he's doing well. But there are some people in her community who have small RV parks, only about 5 hookups. And apparently they were grandfathered in or something, because I don't know if they're allowing any more to be built. But I'm going to check on them and see if any of them are interested in selling. Although if they have houses on them, I probably can't afford them because I know it'll be way up there. But if there's any that's just the property and just the 5 RV hookups, that would be right up my alley, for Glowhaven. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Life of Lucretia, I'm finally saying hello to you from your comments. More thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, I always forget that. I always forget. Can you do thumbs up so that it does help the algorithm? It really does. Um, hey, Brenda Berter is saying hello to KUW from Colorado. Yep, keeping up with Colorado. Uh, Housing has gone sky high here in Florida too. Isn't it crazy? I remember when the market fell, you were able to buy condos in Florida for like under $20,000. I mean, it was insane. And now those same ones, goodness knows how much they're going for, you know? And the same thing in what was it in Colorado, in parts of Colorado, you could buy condos for a song and a dime, no more. Uh, Nora says 40 people need to leave. I'm not sure what that means, Nora. Hey, Betty Dotson is saying hello. Femina is saying, yep, but wages are high also in the county in the north. Minimum wage is 17.06 an hour. But if you check though, the video that I did today, there was a report from I think it was CBS Sacramento, and it just aired recently, and it was talking about how over a certain period of time the gross cost of products in California has gone up 173%. And I'm sure they're factoring in housing in that. 173%, where the wages had only gone up about 4% or so. So even though wages have gone up, they haven't gone up nearly as much as houses. And I'll give you an example. Let's say before they had $15 an hour wages, maybe the maximum was $13 an hour. And that was maybe only, 3 or 4 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. $13 an hour. That's based from $13 an hour to now $17 an hour. So that's $5. So that's a little over maybe 30%, right? During that same time period, you have a house that may have been at $300 or $400, which is now at 7, 8, 900,000. So 30% versus 400%, there's no comparison. The cost of things, particularly housing, and everyone needs shelter. So it's not like the cost of things has gone up on luxury items, things that we can say, oh, well, I'll do without that. No, you have to have food. Food is, well, interesting thing. Food in California overall is not that much higher, or is not really even the highest in the country. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but what I read on one of these scales is the highest food cost in the country is Mississippi. I found that almost impossible to believe, but that's what they said. But then again, California is the food basket. So the cost of food, if you're going to cook in California, is not that bad. But if you're going to a restaurant, now you're talking about a whole nother ballpark, because you've got the cost of the building that they're in for the restaurant. You've got the cost of the electricity, utilities, cost of staff. So, and let me give you an example. I went to breakfast. I took Jessica to breakfast. And I've been promising, we're going to go to this place that we used to love to go to before the pandemic. So we went there, and I got a country fried steak, a few, not a whole lot, but a few potatoes, 2 slices of toast, and 2 eggs over easy. So that's kind of a plate with, just a regular breakfast. It was $22, $21.95. You might as well say $22. By the time you added tax, it was like almost $25 plus tips. We're talking about 28, 29, somewhere between $25 and $30 for a regular breakfast. So I realized then, okay, that's it for us. That's going to be a special occasion. when I hit 70,000, when Jessica turns 21. I mean, 21. So, but that was only my meal. So then you have to add Jessica's meal. Then you add drinks. I just got water. I was like, forget it. I'm not paying for a drink, not after these prices. But and this wasn't a fancy restaurant. This was a ma and pa little family, neighborhood restaurant. So yeah, but what I was saying is the cost of shelter, the cost of food if you eat out, which we don't very much anymore. The cost of transportation, like I said in the video that I did today, go check that out. Cost of transportation is very high because you're paying high cost for gas. You're paying a high cost per hour for mechanics to work on your vehicle because they have to pay the rent on their shops, plus they have to pay a high cost to their workers, plus the utilities. So everything that you need, you have to get your car serviced, you have to get oil changes, you have to and in California, a lot of people commute at least 45 minutes or so one way. So again, when you add the cumulative effect of all of that, when you start adding it all up together, it's very, very, very expensive. So, and those things have gone up much more than wages have gone up. Hey, B. Garcia says that's where the money comes in with permits, septic, electrical, and a well. Yep. They get you on the things that you don't have a choice. They make regulations that make you have to have these things, and then they charge you an arm and a leg to put in and get permission to have them after they require you to have them. Then in order to get permission for what they require you to have, they charge you an arm and a leg. Does that not sound like a racket or something? That almost sounds like, I'm not going to say the MO, what, but it's just a racket, but it's not. It's actually a legitimate, well, I say legitimate, but it's county governments who are taking us to the cleaners. Oh my goodness. Feminim says, just remember, if one wants to live in a van and they have pets, they have to be temperature independent, period. This is very important. True. You do have to be very, you have to really think ahead if you're going to live in a van with pets. But one of the things that I asked on this, on the title for this live is, what are some of you all doing to counteract the rising cost? Are you doing like we're doing, not eating out like we used to? Are you doing other things like cutting out on certain things that you just wouldn't think twice about, like going to the movies? I mean, what are you all doing to combat the cost of living, and what sacrifices, if any, have you had to make to deal with that? I'm curious as to what other people are doing and how you're dealing with this inflation and the cost of everything going up. Hi, Liza Beckerman. How are you doing? Hello. We need to chat. I know, but I will. But hello, meanwhile, and welcome into the live. Mo Bang says, normally the roof surface area is less than 100 square foot, need no permit. Yeah, you don't need a permit unless if you have I don't know if with a kitchen, but I know if you have a bathroom, I think they said if you have flush toilet, you do need to get a permit. As I recall, that's what they said. So I'm guessing because if you have a flush toilet, you're going to have pipes and lines going underground, and they want to make sure it's checked out and you're not having, sewage flowing into your yard and then into your neighbor's yard. So I'm guessing that would be the reason for that. Hey, Under the Tornado says rooms are cheaper in outlying areas. That's true. This is what I think. California is a criminal state run by criminals. I don't know if I'd say they're criminals, but I would say that there is a lot of greed. But I think that's everywhere. I think I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, it is cheaper in outlying areas. The problem is, Under the Tornado, when you're in outlying areas, you don't have as many job opportunities. The wages are not as high, and you're driving into a city to work. So you're offsetting the benefit of the lower cost housing by your cost of commuting. Now, if you can get a balance where your cost of housing is so much lower and you're saving so much that it more than covers, doubles, or triples the savings that you're paying on to commute, I would say by all means. But often that is not the case. Pamela says, neighbor once said it's easier to ask forgiveness than to ask for permission. Yeah, the problem is sometimes if you ask for forgiveness, they say no, and you end up tearing everything out. And it's going to be a challenge, and I'm having to really save up to do it the first time. I don't want to have to do it twice. So I'd rather just get the permission and have it done right the first time and not have to, I don't want to have to rip things out and redo them. Here's the thing. I was having a fence put up, right? We got an estimate on the fence about a month ago, and I kind of dilly-dallied because I was trying to decide, do I want vinyl, do I want wood, blah, 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 blah. Well, the fence is now $500 more than it was when we first got the estimate. It's like, what the heck? And he said, you know what? He said we did have it where these estimates were only good for 24 hours. Things were going up so rapidly. He said we give a little longer time now. He said, but we don't give you 30, 60, 90-day estimate. He said it's estimate and there's a very specific time, and after that, that estimate's gone because their cost for the materials goes up. So isn't that crazy? Is that something? Everyone is saying hello. Hello, Sylvia. Hello. Jules. Hello, Jules. Sylvie says, wow, Carol, you are so resourceful. Thanks for the tips regarding local planning department. That can save a lot of runaround. Yeah. You know, here's what I found. Whether you have a matter that's in court, get to know the judge's clerk. If you have a matter involving attorney, get to know the secretary. If you have some other matter with the executive, get to know their administrative assistants, because these people are really the people who run the office, and they're the people who will get you in and give you the skinny. I know I had a matter. It was someone had done something and I had to deal with it in court. And I had a terrible, a horrible attorney, and that was my fault for picking him. But he had messed up, hadn't got something filed on time, and my case was about to get thrown out because of this crazy attorney. The court clerk called me to say, hey, you know what? They're about to drop your case if you don't, blah, 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 blah. So it pays to know the people who are in those front offices, and it pays not to go down there and act a fool with them too, because they will mess over you if they're not nice. If they're nice, they might not, but who else? Hey, Susie Jensen from Denmark. Hello. So is cost of housing in Denmark going up, or how is that working there? Because over here it's going cuckoo. It really is. Hey, okay, let me see if I can get this right. Yaroslav, I hope I got that right, Yaroslav. I'm not going to try the last name, but Yaroslav from Krakow. Hello. So are you finding the same crazy rising costs there that we're finding here in the United States? Let us know. We would love to hear more about that. Hey, Michelle Lakerson, vlogs saying hello. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? It is almost time to say goodbye, and I haven't showed you around. So let me move this over here, and I'm going to at least show you. I know I haven't got to all the comments because I like to take time and answer each and every one of you. But oh my goodness, let me get up here and let me show you. I want to show you the outside of this, and I want to show you this building from the outside. Hold on. Let me step down here. Okay. You can see the sheds in back of me. And then here is the shed here. I'm going to close the door so you can see what it looks like with the door closed. Let's go here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it with the sun. But isn't that nice? Oops. That is it is, I think I said it was 8 by 10 or 8 by 12. And they have all kinds of sheds over here. They have big barns over there, and you could, I guess you could make those, put a they have, see, they have a front door there, and I guess on the side you could put a panel, but I don't want anything big like that. And then they have other ones. Let me show you over here. Here's another one that's kind of like the one I was sitting in, but it has it doesn't have the slanted roof that goes just one piece going down. It has the two-sided roof, one coming down this way and one going in the back. But I'm going to see if I can't get him to let me go through and do a tour of some of these, and then I'm going to be asking him some questions. Are there any questions that you guys have that you would like me to ask when I am going through with the interview with the person at the front desk? I'm going to go through and look at some of these. Oh, okay, let me do this and do it from the inside. There's Jessica over there. But here is the inside of this tough shed. You can see it looks like I don't know if that's not insulation, but what that is that metal on top there. But you can see it has a little vent over there, and then it has the windows, and the floor is just, I don't know what that is, but you'd have to put in your own floor. But what I thought I would do if I had it, over on that side over there, I would put a kitchen against that wall. Over here, I would have a pull-out bed that converts into a sofa, or maybe an L shape, just a little bit. And then over here in this corner, I would put a bathroom, just a shower stall that comes maybe a little bit into the door, and a shower stall, and maybe a toilet next to it. Maybe the shower opening that way, the toilet over there. But I know it's small, but it could, it's bigger than the inside of most vans. And for someone who needs a place to stay, even just temporarily. And then I was thinking I could either have solar on here, and I could cut out and put maybe a mini split if you have in a temperature that needs air conditioning. And if I have on a property that has electrical, I could run the electric to the mini split and to the unit, and then have a stovetop stove, and then have a small drawer refrigerator or a dorm size refrigerator. So I don't know. So we'll see, So if you guys have any questions, Jules says, what is happening? Why is she in a shed? I'm in a shed because I'm going to be doing an interview and a tour here, Jules. So I'm behind on my comments. So if I'm answering comments that I've already had addressed, sorry guys. But Mo Bang says they didn't find money. The Washington crooks just print more money. That's stealing from the people money. Hey, don't even get me started, folks. You know how I feel about some of this stuff. Michelle says, I'm seriously thinking of becoming a nomad because rent is outrageous and I'm on a fixed income. Michelle, I'm telling you, I must get at least 36 to 100 comments and emails a week, people telling me that they're either have decided to become a nomad or they're thinking about it. I think it is a great option. I also think, though, that I would recommend to individuals that you try it even for just a weekend or maybe even a week, where you go out away from your home base, where you have to boondock, where you have to, figure out how to get a shower, where you do some of these things and see if this is a lifestyle that you can adapt to, because it's not for everyone. You can save a lot of money. I know people who've saved a bundle and then have turned around and bought land, but it's not for everyone. When I had my meetup in Quartzsite this last year, a woman came out. Of course, she wasn't really prepared, but she had a van that was all built out. She came out, she spent one night, and she said, "This is not for me," and she went back home. So before burning your bridges and going for broke, I suggest people do try it out. I really do. Um, the other thing I really strongly suggest, of course, having a emergency fund, but also before you start out, if you've decided to develop a community, whether you go on lives like mine, other people's lives, start to meet people who are in the life, people who you can maybe caravan with, people you can stop by and visit for a while, people who will be a source of support. Because if you are not a person who's really outgoing, but you need that help and you need that guidance, it can be hard to make those connections. So I would start out making connections, like I said, in lives with people who have lives, who are van lifers, and going to Quartzsite in at the RTR and meeting people. But I would suggest to anyone who's considering doing some of those things. Let's see. Rox 1SMF says, I'm moving back to California, going to find a travel trailer to live in on my uncle's property. I think that's a great move. If you have a place where you can put a trailer, that's the best of everything. You have a stationary place, you have a roof over your head, you have somewhere where you can go travel and come back to. I think that is ideal, especially in California. If you have a place you can put a trailer, I think that's great, great, great. Kavita says, I had to stop the nomadic life in my RV traveling due to chronic illness. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kavita. I'm in Redondo Beach, found a space, electric, water, and dump, 3 blocks from ocean, $160 a month. Whoa, blessed, no street parking. $160 a month. If you found a place in Redondo Beach, $160 a month, you are blessed. I'm telling you, you are blessed. Don't ever move. Don't ever move. That is fabulous. Keeping Up with Colorado says, let's come together and fire those who are in power and not doing their jobs. We'll be fired off our jobs if we would. Yeah, we would. We would. If we performed like they did and had the kind of results that they did, that some of our elected officials did, we would be fired. We would be out of job in no time. So true. All right. Who else? Let's see. Miss Net says, hey, Miss Net, hello to my Globy family. Hello, hello. Okay. I'm not sure about the hand pink waving means, Lucretia, or the face purple crime. I'm not sure what all that means, so I can't comment on that. Vons and Rose says, what irritating me is why they don't convert all these empty businesses. Yeah, I know. There's a shopping center around my area that has 12 to 15 empty businesses and emptying grocery stores too. I don't know. It's not just that. There are a lot of public owned or government owned properties, which are public owned because they're owned by the government, which is we support and finance. I don't know why they don't do that unless there are, well, what I would guess is that there are developers who have their eyes on those property and have made some back, room deal to get the properties at some point in the future. And they're waiting for maybe, I think there's going to be a bust. I think, I could be wrong, I'm no expert, but I think there's going to be a correction. And I think property values are going to come down. And I think maybe some of them are waiting till that happens. And then these developers are going to move in and swoop up some of these properties. But we'll see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, thank you, Keeping Up with Colorado. Yes, you guys, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I'm thinking next week I'm going to do, since I'm in the mindset of doing videos and the cost of everything and the cost of living in California, I think I'm going to do a video on how to save money and how I have been saving money, and in some of the areas that are necessities, things you can't avoid. You can't avoid having a shelter of some sort, whether it's a roof, a house, a van, whatever. You can't avoid having food. You have to have food and water. There are certain things you can't avoid, and I think I'm going to do a video on at least one thing and how I save money on that particular thing. Debbie Johnson says, wow, on the home price. Yep. It is in North County. Actually, it's in Oceanside, California. Yep, Oceanside, California. Keeping with Colorado says, I agree, Carol. I would hire movers for that extra $5. Peaches Rodriguez says, hello from Florida. Hello, hello. Everyone's asking why I'm inside a shed. Because I'm going to be doing a tour here a little later and showing some of these sheds that you can convert to well, let me put it like this, that people are converting to houses. Our people are converting into living spaces. They're buying sheds for maybe anywhere. I know my brother said where he is, they're only $3,000-$4,000, but here, they're more. And I looked at some in Arizona, they were $20,000, but you can get them for much less than that. Kavita says all streets in the county of LA have 100% no parking for any vehicle over 20 foot, 8 foot high. Yep. It's discrimination and horrible. No car camping. Yeah. They're doing all kinds of stuff here too, and they're combining it. Can't be more than this long or this, and they're combining, if it's this high plus this long, they're combining that to get the measurements of the vehicles. And then they're having, no parking from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's kind of becoming the standard. So they're doing everything to keep people off the streets parking, people who have nowhere else to sleep. And then they're ticketing you if you do, and then taking your vehicles, and then you're sleeping on the streets. It's just an insane cycle. I don't know what genius came up with that idea, but I guess it's making the county money, and that's what counts to them. Chef Santa says, got to go. Thank you all for the prayers. God bless you. Sending a big Santa hug to everyone. I'm sending a big Santa hug back to you, a globy hug back to you, Chef Santa. Thank you for stopping in. Sylvie says, ADUs to house children and caregivers. Yes. Liz McCaleb says, I want to be a nomad for the freedom, road, and nature. There's so many different reasons that people become nomads. There's just a variety of them. But anyhow, oh my gosh, it's after 4:00. I got to get the heck out of here. All right, guys. Yes, I know, Anne Marie. Randy Jones' Incredible Tiny Homes is an awesome YouTube channel, and he's an awesome person. I've spoken with him in person on several occasions, and he's a great guy. All right, let's do what we do. I'm sorry if I don't get to all these comments. I'm so sorry. I just, Gail says Tom's Farms in South Corona is a perfect space for an MU. Oh, okay. I'll have to think about that. Gail's Resources, Tom's Farms in South Corona. I'll have to look into that. You guys, if you have any ideas, email me at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail. Any ideas for a meetup in Southern California? But I don't want to do it in LA or anything where it's all kind of crowded, traffic and all of that kind of stuff. So Melody 777 says, please know that if anyone mails you money orders and or checks, that the United States Post Office is now suspect of the theft going on. It's in all the news. Okay, thank you for that, Melody. Thank you very much. Okay, and everyone's thanking Marta for gifting AJ. Yes, that was great. All right. Gail Resources says, Glow, you and Jessica should check in on your way home. Temescal Canyon Road on the 15. She would love it. Temescal Canyon Road. What is on Temescal Canyon Road? When you say she would love it, what's on Temescal Canyon Road, Gail? I've been on that road, but I'm not sure what is on there that we should check. All right, guys, I got to go. You know how we do it. Anyone here who is a content creator, could you please put a big C up there for content creator so we can all go over and support your channel for any content creators? And can my moderators, would you please drop the links to your channels? I have loads of moderators on here today. And could you just drop the links? I have fabulous, fabulous moderators. And thumbs up done. Thank you, M&M Caravan. But can you please put your links up, my moderators? So anyone with a C, let me see if I can get to the bottom of these comments. Oh my gosh, I have So, I do have to read this one. Rocks One SMF says 7 years ago you could rent a 2 bedroom house for $750 in St. Petersburg, Florida. Now that's almost $3,000 a month. I know. Is that insane? And guess what? That's almost what, 400%? Yeah, that's about 400%. Incomes have not gone up 400%. So when you have those primary necessities going up at that rate and income just going up, inching up, you've got a bad combination, a very bad combination. Oh yeah, Rocks One SMF says Glen Ivy is nice. Yeah, but it might be more expensive. It is amazing place and it's beautiful, but it might be a little more expensive than some people can afford. And I don't want to put a burden on anyone. The place that I'm thinking of is $35, which is rather reasonable. I mean, it's, still could be a burden for some. Melody 777 says, I feel so sorry for the people of California outside of Mississippi and Chicago. California as a whole is the worst place to sustain life. No offense. Well, we're trying here to to change things. And I do believe that if you get involved, you can change things where you live, you know. Um, let's see. All right, I'm going down, Sorry of all of these. Maria Rezke says, yes, being alone is not cost effective. I'm almost 60 and my girlfriends won't consider a house share, so I'm out of ideas. Well, you know what? You may have to do a house share with someone you don't know right now. And that may turn out, you may meet a new friend, but people are doing house shares. We're doing community shares. I believe, I've said this and I keep saying it, I believe communities, small little communities, on the idea of incredible tiny homes, villages, but small little communities. I think that's I think that's the wave of the future. All right, guys. All right. I'm trying to see if I've, Robin says, I'm cutting back on everything. Sage says, she is cutting back on travel. Yeah, travel is, very costly with the gas. Robin says everything. I think we're all cutting back probably on everything too. Nora says less eating out. Okay. Sage says gas is $2, $3 here in Mississippi for regular. Oh my gosh. I would be jumping around. I would run around the block 5 times if the gas here went down to $2 or $3 a gallon. I truly would. I would run around the block. And I promise that if it gets down to $2 or $3 a gallon here, I will do a live and run around the block on it. But I don't think there's any likelihood of that happening. So I'm pretty safe. Robin says, I've cut back on everything. Okay. Pam says, went keto about 5 years ago after Gary had a stroke. And so one meal a day with sometimes snacks and an extra meal in the evening. It has helped a lot with the price of groceries. I bet it has, Pamela. I bet it has. All right. Nora says, no buying of stuff I don't need. Crap for the house, clothing, etc. We consume way too much in general. So true. So true. Rarely eat, Nana Van Glam says, rarely eat out and never buy coffee to go, make my own. Well, I do get coffee, but I get it at Panera and I have that flat rate, $11, so I can get 30 cups of coffee if I want. Plus I can go in later in the day and get a soda. Plus I can go later that night and get a tea. So I think for $11 or whatever it is, I'm getting a pretty good deal. So I do that. So I rarely ever go anywhere else. And I can say I don't, unless I have a gift card, which I happen to have a Starbucks gift card someone gave me. That's the only way I'm going to be in there is if I had a gift card. All right. Vons and Rose says, Carol, I only run 1 to 2 errands 1 to 2 days a week and make sure it's numerous things each trip. Yep. Combining trips where you're only, like Jessica wanted to go somewhere. I said, no, we're not going to be in that end of town, or we're not going to be that here. We're going to wait until we're over there. We're not going to drive from here to there and then back. No, I'm not going to do it anymore. Gabriel Chilton says, hello, Gabriel. Hi, Carol. What I'm doing to combat costs in call, hang my laundry to dry. Okay. Eat at home, limit the amount I drive. Yep. I think these are all good things. Sylvie says, not only do I not eat out, I don't drive more than absolutely necessary. And learning to grow my own food, and that learning curve is long. Well, you know what? A lot of people are starting to grow their own food. Remember how they did? They had those gardens during the World War II. I think people are getting back to doing that. Um, Keeping Up with Colorado says, "Don't eat out unless my daughter and son-in-law invite me. They are so good to me. If we struggle, we do it together." It's nice to have someone who you're in it together with, so you don't feel so alone. Nadine says, "I'm on disability now, working 2 jobs, can make up to $1,700 a month." Wow, that, yeah, you can make up to a certain amount, but oh, 2 jobs, at some point that's going to be wearing on your body, Nadine. It really does. Kenneth says, "Without smiles, actually, there are blessings all around us." There are, Kenneth. There really are. Melody says, "I only eat out about twice a month, usually when I'm at work." All right, I'll get a couple more of these, and then I am going to see the content creators. Pamela says, "Yes, Gabriel, hang your clothes out. When I quit using a dryer, mostly because it broke, hung the clothes on the fence in the drive faster than the dryer and saved me $100 a month on PG&E." Yes, PG&E is a fortune, and so is San Diego Gas and Electric. They're all. Graham says, "The last oil change I got on the new truck cost," what? Am I reading that right? Over $350 because it's still under warranty. We're a captivated audience. Oh my gosh. Wow, wow, wow. Uh, all right. So, folks, I am Marta says, "In Southwest Ohio, I have small 3-bedroom, keep air conditioner at 78, rarely use oven, take old school gym showers to save on water bill, only one light on whatever room I'm in to save on electric." I do that. I tell Jessica, we're not going to have lights on all over the house. If I'm in this room, one light on in here, and if you're in there, one light, that's it. We're not having everything on. So, oh, I tell you, I tell you. All right. Oh, Keeping Up with Colorado says, "I'm behind 1.5 years registration. It's crazy, all the fees." Yeah, you better look into that because they will impound your vehicle. And I did a thing on someone who had that happen. So it's not cool. Adventurous Spirit 66 says, "Yes, there are homeless, but it's not nearly as bad as it seems on the news. Keep in mind the agenda of news outlets is to get viewers." That's true. That's true. But in some parts, it really is pretty bad. In other parts, it's not. But if you go up to Portland, oh my words, I've never seen. That was a couple of months ago. I was shocked. All right. All right. Let's see. Can I get down here to get content creators? Oh gosh, how could I be so behind on these comments? Hey, Launcher 3, I didn't see you. Hey, one of the holy, my sister in love. Hello, hello. Let's see. Is there anyone else that I didn't get? And I'm trying to. I don't see any C's for content creators. I know Keeping Up with Colorado is a content creator. Hey, Crystal and Lagringa. Crystal and Lagringa is a content creator. Mo Bang for Your Bucks is a content creator. Linda, currently in Texas. Hello, Linda is a content creator. Is there any Nora from Arcuda 2001? Go over and check out Nora Kaeg, her Etsy store for her beautiful paintings. I'm looking to see anyone else that any CCCs. Hey, B from Massachusetts, from a Prius dweller. You're a Prius dweller in Massachusetts. Well, you get to run your air and stuff, I think, on that battery, can't you? So that's very cool. Very cool. I'm looking to see any Cs. Oh my good. Sage says 106 in this. Oh boy. Whoo. Hey, Ziblings Creations. Hello, hello. Um, uh, Zibling says they thought about buying a shed and turning it into an Airbnb. That's a thought. That really is. Hey, Dandy Dan, no notification again, so I unsubscribed and resubscribed. Now we'll see what happens. I know it happens to me all the time with channels too. It's annoying. But hey, thanks for resubscribing. I appreciate it. Hey, Triathlete New York, how are you loving your tiny house? Oh my goodness. And Believer77 says, "I'm a retired SUV camper looking for a community. Currently living in Florida. It's so hot, need to be somewhere much cooler." Well, Colorado, is probably pretty cool right about now. Some areas, if you go into high elevation, although there was a thing in Flagstaff. I don't know if I want to do this, but there was some it appears to be, we don't know, some locals took a couple of shots at a van dweller, and they had holes in the back of their van. So yeah, so I don't know about Flagstaff right now. It's cooler, but I don't know if I would go up there right now with that going on. So Robin S says, I still want to be a nomad. Well, you still can be. Marco Polo says, you have an amazing channel. Thank you, Marco Polo. I appreciate that. It is 1 in the night here. Oh my goodness, Susie. Wow. All right, B, love your channel. Thank you, B. How is the guy doing after you helped him? Well, that's AJ. Well, he's been to school to every class. He submitted an application for his birth certificate so that he can get an ID and get a job. He is on a list to get housing. It could take quite a while, but he's on the list. So he's doing the things that he needs to do, although, it's a slow process. And I'm hoping, he doesn't fall off the track at any point. But, it's a hard process. It's hard for anyone, much less a teenager, But he's doing what he needs to do. And there are people out there, including myself, Kat, even Deputy Sheriff. I mean, lots of people who are on his side and want him to succeed. So I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic. Thanks for asking, Marco Polo. All right. Here we go. Keeping Up with Colorado is a content creator, Cristo and La Gringa. Who else? My content creators. Okay, you guys. And my and drop your links if you're my Cristo and La Gringa is a moderator. Okay, anyone else? Keeping Up with Colorado. All right. I think that's it. Fantastic Family says Temescal and Canyon Road could be exit for Tom's Farms. Okay, that's a ways up from where I am now. I'm already south of that, so I'll have to check it another time. Intentional communities. Yes, I would. That's a great idea. All right. Can I get anyone who is their first time in the house? And we really, oh my gosh, we've been going on forever. But I just love you guys. I hate to leave you, but I've got to do this interview with this guy or he's going to be gone. But anyone who this is your first time in the house, could you put a number 1? There's Brenda. Brenda, it's not your first time. You're an OG, original Globie here. Patty Irwin says in Southern California, you can get good prices of sale items at Superior Market, El Super, and Cardenia's. I know, I love Cardenia's grocery store. I think they have one of those in Palm Springs too, maybe. Susie says cook together. Absolutely. That's a great idea. Go in maybe on a big item, some bigger items at Costco and share them, split them among yourselves. Hey, Enkidu. I hope I said that right. Enkidu, hello. So Van Girl Sure is a content creator. I don't see anyone that, so go over and check out Van Girl Sure. And I don't see anyone else saying number 1. What are you doing over there, Jessica?
Nothing. I'm just sitting here.
Enkidu is number 1. So go over and greet Enkidu. Say hello. Go over and greet or say hello to Enkidu. Welcome, first time in the house, a new Globie here. You know how we do, folks. We extend our love to all of our new. NP Candy is new in the house. Welcome, NP Candy. We're glad to see you. Rosie of Out and About. Thank you. You guys are coming in from all over. Yeah, how come you haven't been making comments? We want to get to know you. So next week you got to come back and say something. But welcome all of our new number 1s in the house, will you? M&M Caravan. Welcome, M&M. Oh my goodness, we have several newbies in the house and people are saying hello there. Oh my goodness. Noreen N says second time. Well, that counts. We can still welcome you again, Noreen N. Oh my goodness. And Keto is from Washington Coast. Whew, well, I think that's it. I know I missed some comments, but I'd like to talk to all of you and address all of your comments. But check out the video that I dropped this morning. I'm going to be doing a tour at some point next week. Hopefully, I'll get it together. And I still have a van tour I got to edit and get up on a van that has some ideas, I think, on cost saving ideas and just good content coming up and good fun stuff. All right, folks. Oh, my goodness. I love each and every one of you. I'm so glad that you're here. I will see you again next Saturday, God willing. And may your journeys be filled with joy and blessings. And thank you. Till next week, same place. Well, maybe not same place, but same place on YouTube and same time. All right. Bye, guys. Now, let me see if I can check out. You know, sometimes I mess up on that. Okie dokie.